560-6197. Assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197. Cinco de Mayo will be here before you know it on May 5th, and Tipsy Tina's is the place to be. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 2 p.m. on May 5th for the Street Festival, featuring piñatas, giveaways, and more. Plus, see llamas from Sweet and Sassy Llama Farm from 5:30 to 7:30. DJ Joe Cruz will entertain starting at 7 p.m. with a spicy taco eating contest at 7:30. And the best part, as always, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Tuesday, May 5th, beginning at 2 p.m. at 8th and Q.
Need an adventure? How about the bright lights of Vegas? The magic of Orlando? Or the sunshine of Orange County? Now you can reach them all with new flights from LNK on Breeze Airways. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the flight. Your vacation starts the moment you board at LNK. Book today at LincolnAirport.com. LNK. Make flying easy.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Friday, April the 17th, 2026, and it's Good Sense Sub Friday here at The Ticket. Jake Bockerman, how you doing, sir?
Hey, not too bad. It is a great day. Of course, like you said, Good Sense Subs coming in here on a Friday. The weather is good enough. Lots of sporting events this weekend. A lot to break down here on Bock the Blackshirt.
All right, Bock, it's April 17th. Happy birthday to my pops.
There you go, yeah.
My number one fan. It's his birthday today. My mom's was the other day. Don't ask me his age neither, Bock, because I don't do ages very well.
All right, fair enough.
I think he's 72 or 73. I don't know yet.
Yeah, somewhere in there. But happy birthday either way to him.
Yeah, either way it go. But we had a conversation the other day with Kenny Wilhite about Bobcats. Now, I was looking on the web the other day, and guess what I seen? What the hell is a Lynx cat? Have you seen a Lynx?
I've heard of that. Let me look this up.
Bok. Looks more dangerous than a bobcat. Bigger.
Lynx cat.
Bigger, same family. The cat family.
Maybe I not spelling it very well.
Lynx.
LYN. Okay, like a lynx cat. Yeah,
Lynx
he's got like
cat.
pointed ears.
Yeah, a lynx cat. I smarter said the wrong thing. A lynx cat.
Is he? Are they bigger?
Yeah.
They don't look too big.
They're bigger,
They can
Bob.
get big. Okay.
I seen
Oh,
one.
I see. Yeah, they can get big.
Yeah. That frightens me too, Bob.
Yeah.
That's push down action right there also.
I gotta see where these guys live at. I
Yeah.
think you'll like run into them, right?
Yeah, make sure we don't run into that one, Bob, because looks more ferocious than a bobcat do.
Yeah, it looks like they mostly hang out in Canada more than anything. So if you go up there,
Well, I'm
look for
done
that.
with my Canadian days, so you don't have to worry about that, Bach, anymore.
all right, yeah, don't go out on the trails there in Canada.
All right, Bach, I got one for you. One must go, Bach.
Okay,
One must go. NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, or WWE?
ooh, making it hard for me here on WrestleMania
Yeah, I'm making it
weekend.
hard for you, Bob. I already know you're keeping WWE. So
Yeah, WWE staying here. That might
yeah.
be easy for a lot of folks. But for me, I'm excited about WrestleMania weekend here. So you said NFL, NBA. I mean, they got to stay. WWE. What was the other choice? Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, baseball. I love you. I love you, but that would be the one I'd have to drop out of the four. Don't want to drop any of them, but that's the game. Which one would it be for you? Probably WWE.
Probably Major League Baseball.
It'd be MLB.
Yeah, I could withstand wrestling. Well, let's talk about this WWE that's coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
I sent y'all a video yesterday.
that's correct.
What's his name? Jay Uso.
Jay Uso. Yep.
Jay Uso.
Yeet.
He was on Cameron and Mace's It Is What It Is podcast.
Mm.
And Cameron was very disrespectful of Jay Usman.
Yeah, Jay Uso. Yep.
Jay Uso. Who's in his family?
So he's part of like the Roman Reigns and The Rock, and that they've got a whole lineage there with the family. Those are probably the most notable as of today.
So as he reads off the list, he starts with The Rock. He said, "Well, what happened to you?" You know. So it's Jay Uso. What's his name again? Uso.
Yep, Uso.
Uso was looking very frustrated, Bob. Very frustrated.
Very disrespectful. Yeah.
Disrespected and frustrated. He was rubbing his head. He was not feeling it. So they continue with the interview. Then Mace goes out and says, "I don't know why you keep bringing me these Saturday night wrestlers." And I think he got kind of frustrated with that part. And he got up, picked him up, Bach, pulled him out of his chair.
Yeah.
Slammed him on the ground. And I don't know if it was a WWE punch or what, Bach, but from the get-go, it looked kind of funny to me. It looked kind of shaky kind of video.
Little, maybe some scripted work. I would guess it is WrestleMania weekend after all. They're including all sorts of celebrities this year. Pat McAfee might chime in on the main event alongside Jelly Roll. They got ISHO Speed in there. They've got Joe Jonas going to go ahead and sing the national anthem. They got John Cena, obviously a wrestler himself, but hosting the event now that he's retired. So it is very much a time of the year where they blend celebrities into wrestling, and I think that's what that was. But in my mind, I just won't be. I won't trust a pro wrestler getting in a real quote unquote real fight a week before WrestleMania.
You're right, Bach. But what's the difference between this Saturday wrestling and the Sunday wrestling?
So WrestleMania has now moved to a 2-night event. It used to be a 1-night event. I don't think there's a huge difference. Obviously, Sunday night is kind of like the main event, like that you're shutting down the show with. So that's kind of where the idea is there. If you're giving me a Saturday night main eventer or a Saturday night wrestler compared to a Sunday night wrestler, the idea is there's a bigger stage on Sunday night. But yeah, I don't think there's really that much of a difference. Now, even within the company, there's been some trash talk about it, so it might start to carry some weight. But I think they're just happy to be at WrestleMania one way or the other.
All right, Bach, Eric, let me explain Eric's timeline to you. Here's Eric's timeline.
Okay.
He started at 7:19 this morning, Texas. 8:34, 9:13, 9:16, 9:19, 10:06, 10:09, 10:18. Hi, Farley. Hope you have a good weekend. 1:07, and then one more at 1:09. Doesn't look like this guy has a job, Bob.
Well, and I think of his maybe 10 texts there. I think 8 of them are disparaging or to be negative. He's a professional troll. We know this about Eric.
Oh my God!
Somebody has to do it. He fills in the role.
He's the troll for the ticket.
That's right.
Should we give him a shirt for that?
We probably should.
Yeah, I think he should. Eric, come down here and get you a shirt, man. We'll give you a shirt.
Be careful. Yeah, we'll have to warn everybody. I don't know. I would have to tell him. Watch out.
We don't know what he look like, though, Bob.
That's true. We don't. Yeah,
we don't know what he looks like, so he could come in here and probably just don't even say nothing and just watch us. And be one of those coffee guys just sitting over there.
We don't even know if his name really is Eric.
Yeah, we don't know.
Mm.
He said, "I'll be your hucklebuck." That's number 3, and we've been on the air 11 minutes. 3 texts by Eric. All right, Bach, we're going to have a lot to talk about today. The rebirth of Memorial Stadium, Bach. What do you get out of this, Bach? What do we get out of this?
Well, it is the Big Red rebuild. It is the plan for Memorial Stadium's renovation. Will cost Nebraska $600 million to do it as they look to get this done. But they did announce this morning the Board of Regents are going to consider this. This is not done as of yet, but the April 24th meeting, a week from today, they will consider this historic plan to transform Memorial Stadium. As for what it means for Nebraska fans, looks like after the 2026 season, going into the 2027 season, there would be some construction, especially on South Stadium. So I would believe there would be limited seating, or at least maybe no seating on South Stadium for the 2027 season. Then hopefully have this all done by 2028. And again, for what that is, seating capacity would be 80,000. They're going to replace the students. Didn't necessarily say where, but the students would be sitting somewhere different. 20,000 more seats with seat backs on them. Much more comfortable seating experience for what would that be at that point? 1/4 of the stadium. A 360-degree concourse, so you can walk around the entire stadium. Is the plan there, which would be very great for obviously being able to get around. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at as part of it. Also, a new big screen that would be there on South Stadium, and it looks like they'd keep the one on North Stadium. So what I love about Nebraska Stadium compared to the other ones I've been to is the access to the screens that you can see. There is just kind of that one South Stadium where there's not a whole lot. I think you still have the cubes over there, but
you don't understand. South Stadium has so much history. History.
Yeah,
that's what we came out at when we came out. South Stadium.
Yeah,
these kids will never understand what North Stadium was to us. North Stadium was hell. It was hell. It was the visitor. We had a locker room over there. Everybody doesn't start off in the same locker room, Bob.
Yeah.
Now I started off in North Stadium. It was like a sweat box, a little it was like a little high school locker room.
This is where like the freshmen,
junior college, transfers. It wasn't the best.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best. You had to earn your way into the new locker room. You had to earn your way. 2 things you should know about when you move into the locker room, the new locker room. It stays clean all the time. And you have to pay rent. You know what rent is, Bob?
No, what's rent?
You got to get your butt kicked. You got to get jumped in. It's like being jumped in the game.
Just once.
Just once.
Yeah.
And it's over with. I myself, me and Amon Green, was jumped at the same time.
Coming in for your first time into the locker room.
When we moved into the locker room, it was me, Amon. I think we was the first 2 to move over. And then and they was like, we got to pay rent, trying to pay rent. And the next thing you know, I just look and somebody's coming off the top of the locker, elbowed me in the head. Matter of fact, it was Rashawn Jackson.
Why doesn't that surprise you?
Yeah, I would rather get beat up by a starter than get beat up by Rashawn Jackson in a locker room. You know?
Did they do the same to Amon?
They got Amon too. Amon fought back.
Oh, he did?
He fought back.
Yeah.
So he made it worse for me and him because we came in at the same time.
Yeah.
Amon was fighting back. I just sit there for a minute. It wasn't all that, but
Yeah.
at the same time, don't jump me with a third string guy. Jump me with a first string guy. A starter. You send a third string tight end to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even cool.
How long did this last? Was it
About 5 minutes. No longer than 5 minutes.
A little tussle in there.
But the next year, I was a part of it and went a little bit too far. So
okay.
I think 97, 96 was our Coach Osborne had a meeting and said we can't be doing our own guys like that and stuff like that. But the thing is, if you fight back, you make it worse.
Yeah.
You make it worse if you fight back. So the name of the game is don't fight back and take your butt whooping like a man.
Yeah, I don't think they allow those
moving into
initiations anymore. Yeah.
You're moving into a new castle, not that bread shop that we was in North Stadium, because North Stadium was bad. But I tell you, that's probably one of the worst parts, because you probably felt bad for the away teams. Because
that was the visitors.
That was
stadium,
the visitors
or
locker room.
Yeah.
So it wasn't great at all. It wasn't shabby, but our side was nice. But yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Now, Bob, let's go over the history of Memorial Stadium when we talk about capacity. 1923 to 63, Nebraska only holds 31,000. 1964, they went to 48,000. 1965, they went to 455,000. 1966, they went to 62,644. 1967 to 61, it was 64,170. 1972 to 93, it was 73,000, Box, 650. 1972, well, I did that one. 1994 through 98 was 72,780. 99, it was 74,000. 2000 to 2003, it was 73,918. 2004 to 2012, it was 81,000. 13 and 14, Bob, 2013 and 14, it was 87,140. 2015 to 16, it was 86,000. 2017 to 2026, 85,458. Now, next year on 27, they go down to 65,000. Then back in 28, it jumps up to 80,000 people. We may have the best facilities in all of football. Doesn't match our talent, though.
No.
We're doing something that I probably myself wouldn't care if it got done or not, Bob. This is a football stadium. It don't need to feel comfortable. It needs to be loud. It needs to be victorious. I give 2 cents about a 400 and whatever sellout it is. I need victories. I'm not fond of some of the things that goes around here. I mean, I don't have a say so. I'm not a board of regents. I'm not anybody but an ex-player. But
yeah,
sometimes you got to leave stuff alone to be good or wait to be good.
Yeah,
I can't keep awarding, I don't want to say losers, but people who can't win.
Mediocrity, at least.
Mediocrity, great things.
Yeah.
You could take that $600 and spend it on NIL for all I care, and we could buy 3-4 championships. But no, you just want to charge us more for food, charge us more to get in, charge us this, charge us that. Fans have had enough. I think this year the fans are going to speak with their actions, Bach, more than words.
Well, certainly could. Again, the spring game numbers were down. We'll have to kind of see if that filters into the season. There's all sorts of various reasons for that. But part of it could be a little bit of apathy setting in. Hopefully not in Nebraska football. But yeah, I mean, I think that's been a big conversation is, obviously, yes, a better stadium can be exciting, can be fun, can be enticing for the university and the city of Lincoln. But what's it going to do as far as getting a winner on the field? And so most of what we've seen from the text line so far is more people would rather have a worse off stadium in a winner than a better stadium in mediocrity. And I think that's probably a fair statement altogether. Now, it doesn't have to be one or the other, right? But I think the idea when you see a $600 million price tag on this thing, one, keep in mind that they're going to hopefully what their idea is to get the return on investment with it and be able to make more money coming out of it. And that was part of their press release. Whereas if you put it in NIL after a year, it's gone, right? I mean, who knows what happens? Maybe you win a championship, maybe you win 7-8 games, maybe you win 4 games, whatever. That same amount of money is already gone. So I think the idea with this is kind of a long-term money, right? That can come back to you and hopefully help pay off in spades. But I mean, I agree with you. I think a lot of people are kind of, when they see this news, it's just kind of like, well, could we take a chunk of that maybe and maybe forget about, one of these extra benefits that we're going to have and put that toward NIL and the roster for this upcoming year? Because if you have a winning team, will create more money and give you more on your return on investment. So, I mean, I think you have the same reaction that a lot of people are having, which is, is this not money that could be
shared,
put toward the team? Yeah,
I say shared because here's why I say money should be shared. Football team isn't the number 3 wrestling team in the nation. They're not the number 3 volleyball team in the nation. They're not the number 3 softball team in the nation. They're not the number 14 basketball team in the nation, Rob. They're not the they're not top 10 in track and field, Box. So here's what I'm saying. Share the wealth with the other programs that are really putting the university on the map. The only thing that the football team does for us on the map last couple of years, embarrass us. Not talking about the players, the coaches. They embarrass us because whatever you putting on the field is not working. If I give you $20, $30 million more dollars, don't pocket it. Divide it. Go get who we need. Go get what we need to here. Just getting having a 5-star quarterback didn't work for us. Didn't work. Find what works. Find what works. Find what drives. You shouldn't have to ask what's driving these kids this day, Buck. They get a goddamn paycheck. Sorry about my rant right there, Buck.
That's all right.
But they get a paycheck. They shouldn't be driven. That's a drive enough.
Yeah.
We got $18 after the game, Buck. We played our butt off for those $18 after the games. Yeah, give me my $18 so I can go have fun with it. Now, they staying in houses that we couldn't even afford to look at when we was in college. You think I could have stayed by myself in college? Yeah, probably if I begged a booster, but we didn't have boosters that talked to us like that now. But I'm just saying, Bob, plenty of things that the university could do better instead of worrying about a stadium. Stadium looks fine to me. It's worse stadiums in the world than we got.
Yeah. I mean, that's always been my takeaway with kind of this whole renovation
Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, Bob.
Yeah.
You know who the Joneses are? I don't either. That's just the word.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the Memorial Stadium the way it is. Now, can there be complaints? Sure. If you think it's among the worst stadiums in college football, I would venture to say you haven't been to many other stadiums in college football because it's one of the best. Again, can it be modernized? Is some of this stuff going to help? Yes, for the fan experience and all that. And then, the other thing is when he comes down to this is not coming out of tax holder money. So it's not coming out of your pocket. So if, spend other people's money how you want it. Right. So I'm not going to turn this down at all. I just, you just do wonder if it could be refocused, like you said, or divided to help the team win, because that's the question coming out of this is this going to help Nebraska win? And I think the hope is long-term, it does have some sort of impact on that, just with game day experience and the city of Lincoln be able to host more events, all that sort of stuff. But is it gonna be the tiebreaker between here in Ohio State, or is the fact that for certain recruiters, Ohio State going to have that tiebreaker because they win, send people to the NFL, develop all that sort of stuff? And so again, it's not what it used to be. I'm excited to see if it passes. We'll certainly be excited to see it when it comes here in 2028. But am I wholesale convinced that because of it, or with all this money being put here as opposed to the team, that it's going to help Nebraska win more? Can't say I'm convinced.
81-56. Let's go to break.
Okay.
When we get back, we'll talk more about this because 81-56 got a good take. He got a good take, but I'm going to bust his bubble when I get back. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Need an adventure? How about the bright lights of Vegas? The magic of Orlando? Or the sunshine of Orange County? Now you can reach them all with new flights from LNK on Breeze Airways. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the flight. Your vacation starts the moment you board at LNK. Book today at LincolnAirport.com. LNK. Make flying easy.
Cinco de Mayo will be here before you know it on May 5th, and Tipsy Tina's is the place to be. Come down to 8th and Q starting at 2 p.m. on May 5th for the Street Festival, featuring piñatas, giveaways, and more. Plus, see llamas from Sweet and Sassy Llama Farm from 5:30 to 7:30. DJ Joe Cruz will entertain starting at 7 p.m. with a spicy taco eating contest at 7:30. And the best part, as always, no cover charge. It's the early Cinco de Mayo Street Festival with Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina, Tuesday, May 5th, beginning at 2 p.m. at 8th and Q.
This is Grant Wister. I spent a lot of years trusting teammates to do their job so I could do mine. That's the same thing I wanted to build with Champ Roofing, a group you can just trust to handle it. Roof damage, siding, gutters, inspections, and repairs, we cover it all. Headquartered in Lincoln, but serving the whole state. Champ Roofing is your choice for premium roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
The Nebraska Lottery asks, what do you dream about?
Getting a new koozie.
A vacation in Kansas.
Replacing my old welcome mat.
I think it's safe to say you all need to dream bigger. So play our new lotto game, Millionaire for Life. The top prize is $1 million a year for life, with a second prize of $100,000 a year for life. Tickets are $5 with drawings every day.
So if we win, we could even vacation in Oklahoma?
Now that's dreaming big.
Millionaire for Life top prize odds 1 in 22 million.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
I wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com.
I think I heard you coming.
Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Old School with Foreman and Orman.
Here's the question. How far up the list of all-time greats can Price Sandfort climb? Can he be a top 10 Husker in just 2 years when it's all said and done?
Ooh, that'd be tough, man. You talking about some dudes, man.
Talking about some dudes, but he's one of them.
Top 15, maybe. Top 10 be hard. It'd be hard.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Correct.
Excavating.
Murph says, I would rather sit on concrete blocks and pay for the opportunity to watch a winning program. I'm not really excited too comfortably watching a team lose. 8156 says 80K seats, 30 more million a year revenue. I don't care about revenue. I care about winning. When you look at every other programs in this university box, most of them have been what?
Winning.
And what? Ranked. Softball, baseball, basketball, women's basketball, wrestling, volleyball, rifle team, bowling team, track and field. Anything else I'm missing off this list, boss?
Yeah.
Gymnastics. Everybody. 5284 says, Farley is speaking truth. Coaching staff isn't meeting the standards. Year 4, we better see improvement. Do we give a little leeway because of the hard schedule, Bob? Or you want to go out there and lose with pride?
Well, I think you factor it in, but with that schedule, if you are factoring it in there, you're right. I mean, you got to lose close. If you're losing by 4 touchdowns to somebody good, then that kind of tells you the difference between yourself and Ohio State, right? At least you want to be close in there. Will we view it through a slightly different lens as maybe we did traditionally with the schedules? Yes, but at the same time, for the most part, I mean, what did Lane Kiffin say the other day? 10-2, you're in the playoffs. 9-3, you're out. So it can be something, but it ultimately is going to come down to wins and losses.
In Texas says, wow, I don't understand how you could put that kind of money in a mediocre football team. Use the money to buy you a championship like everyone else. Is there votes on this? If so, I think it would be really hard to vote this in. It's not even voted in yet, Bach. I think it comes next week.
Yeah, the Board of Regents is going to be meeting a week from today.
Make me understand this, Bach. Why? Do we want to keep up with everybody else? I mean, if we want to keep up with everybody else, we need to start winning.
Well, here's one thing that I've seen floated out there, which I think has some truth to it, is that it is a 103-year-old stadium. So at some point, it does need some renovations, if nothing else than safety reasons, right? When you're loading that many people in there, that's kind of been a thought about South Stadium for a while now. And so, that's kind of the idea when you see the $600 million price tag. Okay, maybe $200 to $300 million. I don't know what the number is. It needs to happen one way or the other at some point, and the sooner the better for safety and keeping up on the 100-year-old stadium.
Is it safety or making it comfortable? Which one is it?
I think it's
making
both.
It comfortable. I don't care about being comfortable. Pack me in there like a stadium full of rats.
I'm with you. Yeah,
I'll stand up the whole game.
Yeah,
I don't sit anyway during the football games. I walk around.
Now, at the same time, though, if you do have seat back, it is way more comfortable. A lot of NFL games, they've got that up there. at the tallest part of the stadiums too, and it is a nice experience to be able to lean back and have some space.
Ask me, do I care about?
Well,
I don't.
That's part of the fan experience. But again, to me, when we talk about all this different stuff, part of it is like, what is the fan experience? Part of the fan experience is what we grew up with or what you have experienced at least to this point, right? And so part of that to me is crowded bleachers with people going crazy. But that's fun. I mean, you don't go to a music festival because it's going to be comfortable. You go to a music festival knowing everybody's going to be sweaty and in this giant group all around you, but you're going to have kind of this fun experience.
Why would you want to cut people out? Leave it like it is. Just go redo it. You don't have to take out 30,000 seats to make somebody feel great, comfortable about sitting there watching football. Next thing you know, you're going to want a bonfire right in front of you. What they call those little things that they catch on fire outside? What they call them?
Yeah, I don't know, like the little heater deals.
Yeah, the outside little patio fires. You want one of those out there with some marshmallows while you playing football?
Hey, you're coming up with some good ideas right here on the spot.
Yeah, just like 52-15, right on point. Yeah, so many recruits leaving here thinking, man, the stadium is old and not all the chairs have seat backs. So I'm going to Ohio State instead of Nebraska. You kids don't care about that. You think I care if my mama and daddy is comfortable while I'm playing football? No. I want to go out there and win and show them how and make them proud. Forget about the chairs.
Well, I'm at least, if you ask me for what I would like, and there's not, I know Nick's particularly excited about the concourse being able so you can go all the way around it. I think that's
because he don't want to walk. Because he don't want to walk.
Well, it's just easier
Nick's
to get
happy
around
because he don't want to walk.
But that's his thing. My thing would be seat backs. I think because just experiencing a seat where a game where you can sit comfortably, it can be nice.
You think all them fans at Army Navy game be caring about seat backs when they filled up in there? No, they're cheering their team on. We don't care about being comfortable. I care about being comfortable winning. I care about walking out the stadium every game with a W. If you want me to leave early, keep putting the same talent on the field. Keep playing the same way you want to play, Bock. Stadium's going to get empty one way or another.
Yeah, we'll see. Certainly, again, it's crazy to look at the stadium now and certainly after this and think that, with everything, the care factor, the money that's been put into it, that you're not getting a better result on the field. And again, to Matt Rule's credit, better these last couple of years than it has been under Scott Frost and Mike Riley, but that's not a high standard, right? It needs to get better than that.
Let me catch the concourse so I can go on the other side and really see how bad we play. Is that what you want about? Because 52-15 say, oh yeah, let me go to the other side and see what a 5-6 team looks like from another angle.
Well, how about the new big screen that's going to be on South Stadium and North Stadium? I know you at least like TVs and big screens. Is that something that's going to make you excited for it?
Doesn't make any doubt. I don't even care about. What I care about is seeing that W every Sunday morning in the paper.
Yeah.
What I care about is having Nebraska being more back into playing college football like we used to back in the days. I don't care about chairs. I don't care about scoreboards. I care about W's. I care about the players who want to come here and win.
Well, they put a lot of money into that side of it too. It just hasn't turned out, quite the same. But again, I think part of it again is with that money that you're pouring into a roster or into coaches. Yes, it's part of the operating expense, but it's gone after a year. Whereas this one, maybe you can get the return on the investment for years and years to come. Potentially, I mean, again, we're talking about a 100-year-old stadium, maybe for another 100 years.
Who else got a 100-year-old stadium, Bob?
A lot of teams.
Penn State got a 100-year-old stadium. Michigan got a 100-year-old
They're just renovated.
Stadium.
Penn State was just renovating.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
All I say, and same thing with Nebraska's roster as we will with anything there regarding Nebraska football, it does not appear that there is a lack of money around. So if you want to come around and come back and say, well, there's not enough money for this or that, it's how you're managing the money, right? And so, again, even if you do have the argument that $200 million, $300 million of this money has to go through renovation just to get it back, but again, it's like if you knock over your garage, are you going to build the same garage, or do you usually want to have you're putting all that money into it? Don't you want something to look better out of it? Don't you want to, more space? Depending on what your previous garage had, right? You usually are going to do something a little bit better to enhance what you have moving forward instead of trying to get it back to what it was.
Bob, it seems to me that college football teams, not just Nebraska, are a bunch of beggars. First, you beg for $40 million for a roster. I need $40 million for a roster. You get it. You don't produce. What happens next? Oh, I need $60 million for a stadium. I just opened up a $300 million building, which is Tom Osborne building. Oh, I just put turf on the field and painted it red in the end zone. Grass.
Yep.
So now you're telling me, oh, the stadium needs to be completely cut down to 80,000 now just to make people comfortable.
It's only 5,000 people less.
Where are my transfer papers for the fans, Bob? Do we have transfer papers for fans?
I don't think so. You're supposed to stay loyal as a fan. Not a true fan if you're transferring.
I know, Bob. I'm not. I know. Just tear down the whole south side and put a big hill right there so we can just sit on the hill. Be more comfortable than the stadium.
Yeah, save a lot of money that way.
Yeah. Be like Clemson.
There you go.
Have them walk down from that part. Everything else. 93.7 the ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. Hey, we just talking facts. 93.7. We'll be right back.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour.
Poison myself again. Something in the orange tells me you'll never come.
Saturday, April 25th, Memorial Stadium.
Wish I didn't, but I do.
With special guests, Kings of Leon and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com.
I think I heard you coming.
Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies. It'll be windy with falling temperatures, a morning high near 71. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, continued breeze, a low around 35. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy, a little cooler, a high near 59. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
We hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com.
The Nebraska Lottery asks, what do you dream about?
Getting a new koozie.
A vacation in Kansas.
Replacing my old welcome mat.
I think it's safe to say you all need to dream bigger. So play our new lotto game, Millionaire for Life. The top prize is $1 million a year for life, with a second prize of $100,000 a year for life. Tickets are $5 with drawings every day.
So if we win, we could even vacation in Oklahoma?
Now that's dreaming big.
Millionaire for Life, top prize odds, 1 in 22 million.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Every Saturday morning now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, if you're not busy this weekend, that means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Head on down to the baseball game and support your men's basketball team as they take on USC, the number 12 team in the nation. It will start tonight at 6:30, I think. Let me make sure. 6 o'clock tonight. Hawks Field at the Haymarket. Be on Big Ten Plus Game 2 tomorrow, Saturday the 18th at 2 p.m. If you're not doing anything, get your kids out, get out and go watch some baseball. Match 3 is Nebraska versus USC, 12 p.m., Bach. Good time for the next 2 days after Friday, but I think we need these 3, Bach, real seriously. We need these 3 games.
Yeah, it would definitely help. Again, at least a series win. Get 2 out of 3. A sweep would, of course, be all the better, but you're talking about a top 15 team coming in, so it's not going to come easy, and they've got a heck of a pitching staff. That is going to be what's really exciting, seeing this team coming in. Mason Edwards, 6-0 on the year, 1.35 ERA. They've got another guy, Grant Govel, that's 7-0 on the year, 2.13 ERA. So, I mean, they've got some absolute guys that can throw heat on the mound. And so Nebraska's order, though, I mean, that's going to be kind of the test here. Nebraska's batting order has been fantastic all year. Their success this week against USC's pitchers will be a big part in determining the outcome if Nebraska can win the series or, get the sweep as you're kind of hoping for. Obviously, again, you always want to win 3. I think 2 out of 3 would be a huge win for the Huskers. their resume, and all of that moving forward in Big Ten play.
All right, Bock, the Lady Huskers have almost an hour to their tip-off. Their pitch-off against Minnesota. They will play Minnesota over the weekend. Today at 3 p.m. it will be on Big Ten. Tomorrow, the 18th at 4 p.m. will be on Big Ten, and Sunday, the 19th at 12 for a 3-game series against Minnesota.
Yeah, and again, this one is on the road, so you won't be able to go and check it out here in Lincoln, but you can still cheer for them. I think, like you said, most of these games here on BTN Plus. Minnesota, for what it's worth, probably not going to be the team that gets in Nebraska softball's way. 6-9 in the conference so far, but 14-27 overall. So when I said I don't know if I'd expect a sweep this weekend for Nebraska baseball, I do expect a sweep this weekend for Nebraska softball against Minnesota. And I say that with confidence because Nebraska, of course, has been doing it. I think they've got 4 sweeps on the year against Big Ten opponents. They've won 8 in a row. 8-1 at home this year in conference play, 14-1 overall. Again, they are on the road in conference play, so 6-0 on the road there might be more important of a stat, but obviously also 33-6 overall. So it is just difficult to get a win past the Husker softball team. And again, Minnesota maybe not the best positioned in the Big Ten to do so, as opposed to the Washingtons, the UCLAs, the Oregons of the world.
All right, Bock, anything else we got with sports here in Nebraska this weekend?
Not necessarily for sports here in Nebraska, but there is some exciting news here, I suppose, in Nebraska basketball. So we'll have to kind of get into Nebraska basketball talk here in the next segment, because they added a point guard as we were kind of looking forward to getting a point guard and filling out that roster for the Huskers, making it official today. And give me a second to kind of pull up his information. But yeah, a lot of people have been kind of speculating and wondering about Nebraska's portal activity. Of course, they've had some visits, but not be able to land anybody. But Trevon Linhart comes over from Utah Valley and looks to be would be, at least as of right now, probably the plug and play at point guard for Nebraska. Utah Valley this past year did pretty well. I think they were 25-9, on the year. Linhart comes in here for that team anyway. I think he was second on the team in scoring as the point guard. He was first in assists. So 11.9 points per game this past season was indeed second there for the Wolverines. 6 assists per game last year, as opposed to 2.7 turnovers per game. So he does a lot of the primary ball handling, should fit in well in the Nebraska lineup. And of course, if you know Nebraska, they're going to check out and make sure he can shoot the three a little bit. Wasn't a high volume 3-point shooter, but did shoot over 100 of them. So high enough. 42 of 114 this past season for him. Again, with the Wolverines, that's good for close to 37%, 36.8% from beyond the arc. So he should fit in very well there. Like I said, his assist total, 205 assists last year, 6 per game, with 93 turnovers, also 71 steals. That's a lot of steals for him. If you're kind of looking at that, over 2 steals per game. Hopefully that travels to the Big Ten. Again, some of these numbers might not. Field goal percentage last year, over 50%, 50.5. Free throw percentage, 75.6. Not a small guard as far as you're looking at some rebounding, maybe to try to pick up for Sam Hoiberg and what he did. 5.4 rebounds per game again for Trevon Linhart. So we'll see what he can do. 6'4", 175 coming in, I believe. And I have to double check, but he's already had 3 years of playing. So I think this would be just his 1 year here in Lincoln.
Yeah, you're right, Bock. All right. Anything else, Bock?
That's all I got for now.
All right, let's go. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
School's almost out, but the impact of public education lasts a lifetime. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. As we prepare to close the books on another incredible year, let's celebrate our teachers, our students, and staff who make our schools strong. This summer, keep learning alive. Read, explore, and support your local schools. Public education builds brighter futures. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When Nebraska businesses win, we all win. And the Nebraska Chamber is helping make that happen. Tackling the tough stuff like job creation, affordable and accessible childcare, and building a stronger workforce. We're stepping up so local businesses can step forward. If you want to see Nebraska keep growing, keep competing, and keep winning, get connected with the Nebraska Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Learn more at nechamber.com. Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Old School with Foreman and Orman.
Here's the question. How far up the list of all-time greats can Tri Sandport climb? Can you be a top 10 Husker in just 2 years when it's all said and done?
Ooh, that'd be tough, man. You talking about some dudes, man.
Talking about some dudes, but he's one of them.
Top 15, maybe. Top 10 would be hard. It'd be hard.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, you ready for hour number 2?
I'm ready for hour number 2.
All right, Bock, beginning in 2027, college football could have an early official start to the season as the NCAA Football Oversight Committee on Thursday recommended a standard start before Labor Day, Bock. So what does that mean? Week 0 is really week 1.
Uh-oh. What are we going to do with week 0?
So schools would have 14 weeks to schedule 12 games. This model would give teams 2 open dates and allow for flexibility for potential changes to the postseason.
Yeah, I don't mind it. And I think they're planning on doing that as soon as 2027, like you said. So that would be very interesting to see if they go through it. We've seen games tagged in there at the bottom, like at the end of August. We'll see some games here again this year, like you said, on week 0. I don't mind it, especially if you're looking at furthering the expanding the postseason. Then you're going to have to find some room one way or the other, and moving it up an additional weekend on a weekend we already play football seems to make the most sense. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody plays football at that time, but it is just kind of funny because more and more you kind of are going outside the calendar. I think at times, that the idea of the start of college football season aligned with the start of class, and now that's a little bit less important, right? But makes sense to me. And then the other thing there too, like you said, is now you would get 2 bye weeks throughout the season as it is currently proposed. And I think that kind of helps, obviously, to keep people on your team healthy and give it your best go moving forward there. So I don't mind it. It means less of a long summer wait, maybe just by 1 week. But then the question is, do we still have week 0? Do we have teams move up another week to play a little bit there, maybe in August 22nd or something like that? Not sure about that, but I'd be interested to see.
I'd like to see the season start August 1st.
Early August, huh?
Yeah, early August. Yeah, where they get through early and have the playoffs and then have everybody still ready for January 1st when the national championship supposed to be really played, instead of waiting till darn near February just to watch them play a national championship game.
Yeah. Again, it's just kind of weird, and part of it, you might do this year to year and kind of change things. This doesn't have to be a long term. This is exactly how we're going to do it for the next 30 years or anything like that. But it is just interesting too, because how much of this change, how much will need to change if you do get to what the Big Ten wants eventually, which is a 24-team playoff. Then you almost kind of have to say, okay, we're not working with the same structure we have been for all these years. Now we've got something different. And so how do we build around that? How do we make this the best, most competitive way to get into the playoff, as well as, not overextending how many games these young college players can play. Of course, now they're getting paid pretty well to do so, or at least the majority of them. So you factor kind of all these moving parts into one of that. But so I think whatever we have here, and it might happen, might be a little bit of a trial run, to your point of maybe trying to move it up even more at some point, if you're going to have a 24-team playoff. That, or you just take a lot of that extended break off the back end, post conference championship games, which those might not be around if you kind of get to that playoff, and then kind of get immediately going into the football and the playoffs there in December.
All right, Bock, I wouldn't say one of your team. Well, it is one of your team. The Duke Blue Devils in football.
That's right.
Have signed Manny Diaz to a contract to 2031. Terms of the deal is not disclosed, Bock, but Manny Diaz looked like the right guy for Duke after winning the ACC last year, beating Virginia 27-20 in overtime. In 2 seasons with the Blue Devils, Diaz is 18-9. Former coach of the Miami Hurricanes and former Penn State defensive coordinator. Looks like he's the man at Duke, Bock.
Well, he has been so far. I am interested, of course. For the longest time, they had David Cutcliffe there. Had a season or two that was respectable for the most part. A good Duke football team would be getting to a bowl game. Now that's kind of changed. Mike Elko, of course, was there. Now current Texas A&M coach raised the bar on that. Went 9-4 in 2022, 8-5 in 2023. I think less so, have kind of the idea or the talks around, are you winning with somebody else's players, the years afterwards, just because there's so much change now in college football. But, remember, Duke won the ACC last year, where they deserved to or not get in the championship game, as opposed to Miami, who ended up being the 10 seed. Again, that's something for the ACC to figure out. But Duke was able to make it in, was able to win it, even won the Sun Bowl there as well. So back-to-back 9-win seasons for Duke. Again, I would say extremely rare, but I mean, they've again, Mike Elko had 8-9, so not quite 9-9. David Cutcliffe had a run from 2013 to 2015 where they won 8 or more for 3 straight years. But outside of that, I mean, you are looking at a long history of failing to get to 9-10 wins. So, it is something I think they probably should do. I never, when Manny Diaz's name came out there for the Penn State job, right when the Penn State job was open, I'm like, I don't know, if you can't win at Miami, is Penn State really, is that where they want to go with it? And they obviously opted not to. But as for Duke, I think it makes a lot of sense. Now we'll have to see too, because I believe they are losing Malik Murphy, or Darian Minsaw, excuse me, the quarterback. Now is with the Miami Hurricanes. So he won, obviously helped Duke win last year. 2 years ago was Malik Murphy. So they've just kind of been renting quarterbacks each of these last couple of years in order to have that success. Are they going to be able to do so this upcoming season? Remains to be the question. But again, coming off an ACC title, I don't know how. I don't know how you don't do it if you're Duke.
All right, Bock. Oklahoma linebacker Owen Henneke got an injunction to play this year. He was already went to the combine. He already had participated in Oklahoma's pro day. He's a former walk-on. The thing about his case is, Bock, that he was a lacrosse player for Ohio State back in 21. And I think he only played 15 minutes of lacrosse action. And then he transferred to Oklahoma. Now he got a injunction for next year to play.
Yeah, again, it's always the NCAA. You never necessarily know why they're doing what they are doing. Kind of surprising. I know he had tried to get some extra time before and been denied. So this is kind of something that he's been working on. So good for him to keep going. If the first time you fail, keep trying again, I suppose. But we'll have to wait and see. Him specifically, is it a huge deal for Oklahoma? Maybe 74 tackles last season can certainly help out. Like you said, was kind of looking at the next level. Had 3 sacks this past year, so a win for Oklahoma. But this late in the calendar, again, it's just kind of strange.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. All right, Bock, this one is a crazy one right here, Bock. I don't know if you heard this story, but ex-Alabama defensive lineman used wigs, a lot of things to dress up and act like he was Michael Penix and the other players to get a $20 million loan. Luther Davis pretended to be 3 different NFL players from May 2023 until October 24 to secure loans for multiple lending agents. The players who identified identities were allegedly used of Michael Penix Jr., Cleveland Browns tight end, and a Green Bay Packer safety.
Man, you got to be sweating through there. You could be wearing wearing some wigs and all that. Yeah, that's crazy. That is a lot of different folks that are kind of getting involved in that. Would be surprised, obviously, with your own name to find out that you took out a loan. So, very, very strange. Maybe somebody, again, that was able to get close to it. You mentioned it was a former Alabama defensive end. So maybe kind of was able to follow along and see, what the process of getting these type of loans were out, with maybe some other teammates, and then decided to go ahead and try it himself. So not necessarily what you want. I'm not sure if this is going to be in front of Alabama's when they're trying to get recruits and pitch all that sort of stuff. Not sure if this is going to make their pamphlet, but a unique story, certainly, from college football there. And hopefully everybody comes out okay. That's that's identity theft.
Yeah.
Identity theft, obviously.
Bock, he dressed up in disguise as impersonated players at the loan closing, including using fake driver's license to fool the lenders in Notary Public federal prosecutor stated. Davis also wore makeup and wigs to impersonate one player during a video conference call to close a loan for $4 million. For $4 million. Promissory note on January 24. That's crazy.
Well, and then, the other thing is just maybe he's good at it, and I get it. Maybe you like to do what you're good at, all that sort of stuff. If you got away with this once for that type of loan, wouldn't that be enough for you? I think it would be for me. Obviously, he thinks he's good at things. He can keep doing it. Eventually, if you're going to do this, you're going to get caught. Like you said, impersonating several different players, securing up to $20 million worth of loan. You had to do this at several different times. Just a crazy story. Maybe there'll be a movie about it someday.
Well, he dressed up as Michael Penix I think it was for a video call, but he had a do-rag on his head covering, providing a fake Florida license with a photo found online. So there were 13 loans for more than $19.8 million, Bock.
That is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know. Everybody's got their own special talents, right? We'll have to wait and see what becomes of this. I can't believe it's going to be going to turn out well for him. But we'll see. And then just to think that you could pull off looking like all these all these different guys would have their own different looks, different heights, weights, all that sort of stuff. This is a defensive end now impersonating a quarterback, a safety, a tight end. I guess you don't have to trick everybody. You just got to trick those giving the loans. But they're handing out big chunks of change there.
Yeah, that's big money.
Yeah,
that's big money. I wouldn't do it. I got a granddaughter. I'd rather see her every day and wake up and have somebody wake me up to eat some breakfast at 4 a.m, or go make some license plate tags, whatever they do in there.
So this was it's been a while since he played at Alabama, by the way. He played from 2007 to 2010. Did win a championship there with them in the 2009 season. So he's a little bit older. As I was reading through this, I figured he was a younger guy, but a little bit older than all these players he's impersonating as well.
Yeah, that's crazy, Bock. All right, Bock, any more news before we go to break?
Well, if we're on college football, I've got a kind of some interesting things to think about. Brian Kelly says that he was fired at LSU for not winning enough games. I think a lot of people know that, but there is a lot of rumblings around there. So he said he's fired for not winning enough at LSU, not for golfing too much. He said there's a long answer as to why that didn't happen as far as winning games. I'll probably have to write a book about that. There's always cause and effect, and the effect was I didn't win enough games, period. So at some point, we might see a book about Brian Kelly's time at LSU. At least he thinks he can make a book about it. But he said, if you believe some, I played 350 rounds of golf, which obviously is ridiculous. I probably played 30 over the last 3 years, 30 rounds of golf. So 10 rounds of golf a year, that's okay for your head coach to do, right? But if it gets up into 350, that's way too much. Again, you can't believe everything that you read. And also, you might not be able to believe everything that Brian Kelly tells you. So but their answer might be somewhere there in the middle.
Yeah, I don't trust Brian Kelly anyway. He's not allowed. He's not even trusted around college football. So
yeah,
it doesn't make any deal to me.
Another story out of college football, which is interesting, is that Sark told Clove Football that Texas signed Arch Manning for free out of high school. Said Arch could have dragged us over the coals for $6 million, $7 million, whatever he wanted. That's an extra $5 million that I can go and get a Cam Coleman, go get a Hollywood Smothers, and go get a Rasheem Biles. They're big. Those are the names. Those are the big names that they got out of the transfer portal. So, sometimes we think about the NFL too, and guys, quarterbacks restructuring their deal, allowing for some different roster management, or Tom Brady for years took less than the max than to kind of help with roster building. How about that with Arch Manning? And remember, he didn't want to sign any NIL deals until he became the starter. Now, all of this, of course, it comes from the Manning family, and they might not quite need the money as much, and so that could be a benefit. But how about that for Texas? And I don't know, of course, NIL now, this is not rev share. There's all sorts of deals that he can sign outside of anything that impacts the Texas Longhorns, as far as sports card companies or whatever. I mean, you can kind of figure it out. But I wonder, what that number is now if it was nothing coming out of high school for him.
Well, wish we could have got a break from the Riolas. They was loaded, so they could have gave us a $2 million break.
Must not have the Manning money.
Yeah. Oh, no, we know that part. All right, Bock, let's go to break. When we come back, more sports talk from Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
School's almost out, but the impact of public education lasts a lifetime. Hi, I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. As we prepare to close the books on another incredible year, let's celebrate our teachers, our students, and staff who make our schools strong. This summer, keep learning alive. Read, explore, and support your local schools. Public education builds brighter futures. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, this one right here gets crazy, man. Will Anderson signed a 3-year extension, $150 million, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. $134 million guaranteed. How crazy is that?
Well, it is crazy. Of course, he's one of the rising stars, one of the young best defensive players in the league. Each of these last couple years here with double-digit sacks, 12 this past season, 11 the year before that, 7 his rookie year. So he's always already up to 30 sacks for the Texans. And while the deal is very big, I mean, it just kind of goes back to show you. I mean, he's for as great a player and as much upside as he has, he's probably not the best defensive player in the league right now or non-quarterback in the league. So it's always kind of who's the latest to negotiate and who can drive that price up. And Anderson is going to do that for now. The biggest contract of non-quarterbacks, but I'm sure we'll see that change here. Certainly within the next couple of years, but even within the next year, I'd assume.
All right, Bob. NFL teams by pick. I told you yesterday I was going to do my homework on it, and I did it. 12 picks for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
12 picks. That's a lot of picks.
11 picks for Baltimore Ravens. 11 picks for the Jaguars. 11 picks for the Dolphins. 9 picks for the Cleveland Browns, Lions, KC, Minnesota. 8 for Baltimore, the Bengals and Cowboys, Green Bay, Texans. 7 for your Cardinals in Buffalo, Panthers, Chicago, LA, New York, Tampa. 6 for San Fran. 5 for my Falcons. 4 for the Seattle Seahawks, and 5 for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, the Chargers there. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see, who's got the picks, who can build in the draft a little bit more, and who might need some more picks. Like I said, I mean, the Seahawks there at the back end, as we've seen with teams over the past, maybe kind of going all in for their Super Bowl run, and what that means moving forward for them is, less you better hit on the picks. When you only got a few picks, you better make them count this upcoming year. Of course, you can get a lot done in free agency as well, but it should be an exciting time. The NFL draft, of course, next week, starting on Thursday. And man, I can't wait for it. We mentioned a little bit the other day as well. Kansas City's GM said for himself, and they've got a lot of picks as you just mentioned, that he expects it to be a draft with a lot of exchanges there, a lot of trades to happen. So it could be one of the more exciting drafts that we've had in quite some time as well.
All right, Bob, you ready? I got something for you.
I'm ready.
All right. I have a list of, let's see how many guys I got on this list, Bob. I want to see how good your football is with other teams.
Okay.
Name me 20 of the all-time greats for the Atlanta Falcons.
20 all-time grades.
20.
That's a lot of them. Okay.
That's easy peasy, Bob.
Julio Jones.
All right, that's one.
All right. Jamal Anderson. If I get 20, I can, even though there was a short time period, the Dirty Bird's got to make it in there.
Yep.
Do you have a list of 20 in front of you? Okay.
I have more than 20.
Okay. So you've got more than that. Obviously, Matt Ryan won the MVP there.
All right.
Let's say, I mean, try to think for
so who
position.
you got? Julio Jones, Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Jamal Anderson, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Or did I just give you one?
No, that was all of them that those would be my top 3 that I can think of right away.
All right.
Let's see who else. Maybe is Chris Chandler get some love for his short run there too?
Nah.
No love for him. Trying to think of others in the well, Dion.
Yep.
Certainly can't forget Michael Vick.
Yep.
Michael Vick's got to be on there.
Okay, that's 5, Bob.
Um,
Come on, Bob. You don't remember the Falcons from back in the days?
Not as well. Roddy White was pretty good wide receiver there.
All right.
I'm running low on my Falcons grades here.
You may give your hand.
Joe B says Andre Rison.
Andre Rison's one.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember that hard-hitting safety we had a couple of years ago?
Nebraska had him?
No.
Oh, the Falcons had him.
He was white. You don't remember him?
White, hard-hitting safety from a few years ago. I don't.
Well, back in the 90s.
Okay, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So somebody got Tony Gonzalez to help you out? Yep, that's one.
Yeah.
Scott Case.
Okay.
You don't remember him, do you?
Not too well, huh?
Yeah, Scott Case was a hard-hitting one. What about, can't believe you missed this one, Tony Gonzaga. You got that one right?
Yeah.
Jesse Tuggle.
Okay.
You don't know who Jesse Tuggle is?
I don't know Jesse Tuggle.
Man, one of the smallest linebackers to ever do it.
Mm.
Let's see. John Abraham.
Okay, I remember John Abraham.
Let's see.
Got Tevin Coleman in there? I liked him for a year or two.
Michael Turner.
Okay.
Let's see who else you probably remember. Steve Barkowski. Way before your time.
Yeah.
Keith Bookin.
Yeah, that's the linebacker. I should have remembered him.
Bob Winfield. Jamal Anderson.
Yeah, we had Jamal Anderson.
Jill Riggs. You don't remember him?
Not well.
All right, you're not a lot of Falcons guy.
not too much. I'll admit it. I'm not too much of an Atlanta Falcons guy. How about Warwick Dunn?
Warwick Dunn, yeah, he's on that list.
Yeah, that's a good name.
He's on that list. That's all I had for that one, Bob.
Okay.
That was a weak one right there.
Well, if you had a top 4 Falcons players of all time, who would you go
If
with?
I had to put on Mount Rushmore,
Yeah.
my top 4 Falcons. Julio Jones.
Okay.
Jesse Tuggle.
Okay.
Jamal Anderson.
Yes.
And Michael Vick.
Wow, you're not even include the MVP, Matt Ryan, in there.
Matt, I don't care about Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is not that good. He won Junior Miller. Remember Junior Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Junior Miller was, Junior Miller helped me out in college because he was doing some stuff with the college. But, when Junior Miller walks in the room, it turns dark because he's a big old guy, Bob. He was huge.
Yeah, he made a couple Pro Bowls there with the Falcons.
Yeah, and I didn't know he played for the Falcons, especially when I seen him here back in probably 96 or 95. I seen him. He still was huge.
Yeah.
I think he's still in Lincoln, though.
Yeah, I don't know where his whereabouts is, but of course, for those that don't know, great tight end for Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yep, from years ago. What was that? Like late 70s, or I guess
I think it was
first round 7th overall pick in the 1980 draft.
Yep.
For Junior Miller, and he made the Pro Bowl there in 1980 and 1981, both of his first 2 seasons there.
Dang. That's pretty good.
But his career didn't last too long. It was only in the league 3 years after that.
Ugh.
I'm not sure what happened there, but.
All right. Anything else, Bob?
I think that's it for now. I did. There is certainly some interesting stuff, of course, still going on. I did want to go back and mention, of course, because we forgot to say this as we were talking about Nebraska basketball and the portal additions. Part of it, and there kind of been a discussion around Nebraska basketball as far as, is this happening quick enough, right? And then, because there's just some names that had kind of been in and out of town, but Sam Orm from Belmont was kind of the only addition. Then today we got 2 of them, and we got pretty excited because Trayvon Linhart was one of them, and he looks to kind of feel the need for primary ball handler responsibilities, maybe slot him in at starting point guard. So that one's big. But I also wanted to mention Caden Betts also committing to the Nebraska program as well. Had played at Minnesota for his first 2 years, and then transferred last year to Montana. He was cut short his injury due to his season due to injury. And there's not a whole lot to, it's kind of a not the greatest statistics, if you will. Did average just a handful of minutes in each of his few seasons here at Minnesota and with Montana. So it's not going to blow you away in that kind of category, but we'll see. Maybe Fred Hoiberg's got a plan for him. Is not going to be a guy I think that translates immediately to, okay, like I said, with some of these other guys, with Sam Worm, with Trayvon Linhart, to kind of plug and play type of thing. Probably going to have to earn his role here, but did commit to Nebraska, 6'8" forward, who has already played 3 seasons of ball, I believe, probably because he only played 8 seasons his first year, or 8 games, his first year, 9 games this past year. Might be some opportunity for more than just this upcoming season at Nebraska, but we'll have to wait and see. So Nebraska with 2 players committing to the Huskers today. Once again, the one we just went over there in Caden Betts, and then the bigger one, Trayvon Linhart for Nebraska, a guard, 6'4" guard from Utah Valley, averaging about 12 points per game last year and 6 assists per game. Again, could slide in to be the starting point guard for Nebraska. Probably would like to still have some, maybe a backup point guard, another ball handler, but would be surprised if they would come in with the same type of experience and success so far as Linhart. So I think he'll probably be your starter there. And then you got to look for a big man. We'll see what Nebraska does in that department. They, of course, had Drew Fielder in from Boise State before. That could still be a possibility. Always remember Yugi Ursavicius is trying to recover and see if he can factor in on this year's roster. That could be a possibility there at the center position as well. But if you're kind of looking in and penciling starting 5, I think Linhart fits in there. Of course, we know Nebraska was able to retain Braden Frager and Price Sanford as the biggest pieces of that. And then Sam Worm, I think, fits in there as well. So there you are with a lineup. You just need a center for it.
All right, Bock. Did you know, Bock, that 3 Big Ten teams are ranked last in ranked wins in the college football playoff era?
I had heard that actually from Adam Carricker, brought that up earlier.
And you got probably 5 out of the last 12.
It's tough to punch up in the Big Ten, is it?
Yeah, so you got, when they talk about wins versus ranked teams since 2000,
2014, I think.
Yeah, 2014 to present. Rutgers, 0.
Not 1.
Nebraska, 2.
Yes.
Maryland, 4. Purdue, 7.
Purdue
Yes.
has 5 more ranked wins than Nebraska, considering where their program's in. Wow.
Illinois, 7. Minnesota, 7. And that's about it, Bob, for the Big Ten.
Yeah.
That low.
Isn't that crazy though? You think about 12 years that they've played since the college football playoff. I think it's 12. And in some of these, even at the bottom of it, even Minnesota's getting a ranked win every other year, basically, with that math. And Nebraska just can't get it done. Of course, those 2 coming before the 2016 or after, before including the 2016 season, I should say, the last time Nebraska did get one. But that's why it's going to be so fun when they do it. It's kind of frustrating. The Nebraska basketball experience this year wasn't what it was without years and years of wanting it for it to be, right? And so, hopefully we put in all the work of making it as special as it will be when they finally do get a ranked win. But yeah, that's just not the company you want to keep, as we know with Nebraska football. But there's plenty of statistics you can dig out for the last 10 years that would show you Nebraska's not where they want to be, and we understand that. And that's part of kind of the overall conversation, especially today with the Big Red Rebuild Project, about how to get back to that level in different ways Nebraska can go about to get there. But Yeah, it is interesting though, that specifically in the Big Ten, which tells you the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Penn States of the world, who are particularly up there. And of course, there has been upsets here and there, but they've just done a good job of fighting off the rest of the competition in the Big Ten and kind of keeping the top teams and keeping the order and rank where it is, right? And that's not surprising. We've definitely seen a lot of that. But some of these teams you've got, those are traditional. I shouldn't say all traditional Big Ten teams, because you certainly got Rutgers and Maryland and Nebraska there at the bottom, who of course joined within the last 15 years. But it's been tough. It's been tough for the newcomers as well. I think you could read into that as well.
Question for you, Bob. Do you think Nebraska is done in the portal in basketball?
No. Like I said, I think they need to go get a center and probably another ball handler.
Yeah. What about Cale Jacobson? Man, he's a ball handler.
He can be. I mean, they've got guys that can do it. I don't think it would be your top plan though. But I think they need a little bit more front and backcourt help. Now they are going to bring in. You might be able to rely on your freshmen as well. They've got a class coming in. I think one of their 2 top 100 recruits is going to come in. Probably going to be more of a wing.
We forgot about the
one
recruits
as a
we
point.
got.
Yeah. There's 2 top 100 recruits coming in. So
2 of them or 1?
2 of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Holy smoke.
Yeah. So they're going to be factoring into that rotation, hopefully for themselves as well. So we'll see. Maybe I don't know if you necessarily need one, like you said, Jacobson in that mix. I think they'd feel better if they do get another one as far as a ball handler goes. But I think they certainly need a big man. Now they did bring back Leo Curtis. As I was kind of going through the additions, they've done a really good job over the last couple of days too in retention. A lot of guys we just assume would be back, but you've got to go through it and make sure they're going to be back. Retaining Leo Curtis, who could be their big man. That's a kind of a different type of big man that they're used to working with. But yeah, Colin Rice and Jacob Lanier should be coming in next year. Rice, I think, is more of a wing. Lanier might be able to do some handling of the point in at least ball handling responsibilities as well. So could be done there. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll be closing it out for the final segment of the day for Bock the Blackshirt. Making way for Jay Foreman and Austin Orman with Old School 93.7. We'll be right back.
Imagine if the people who work at your bank were neighbors who could help with a home loan.
Congratulations, you're approved.
Or friends who love to shop local.
Have a good one.
At UBT, who you work with matters just as much as what you're working toward.
Hey, thanks for helping.
That's why your money has more than a banker. It has people. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house-smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8255 8934, and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock, would this make you happy? If the women's flag football team came in and won a national title before the men's in flag football.
Yeah, I mean, I cheer on all Husker sports. Yeah, I'm going to cheer for them to win right away.
All right. So we start buying flag football jerseys.
We'll have to see. I think that the sport obviously is going to have to grow quite a bit, and we'll have to see if there's other Power 4 schools that jump in. There's been interest, I think, especially from Big 12 teams, but I think there's going to be a different level of competition, at least at the beginning there as well.
All right, Bock, NBA action starting here at 6:30 today. Charlotte versus Orlando. Prime Video.
Yeah, there you go.
Tonight at 6:30, at 9 o'clock tonight on Prime Video. Golden State versus Phoenix. I'll just be looking for the scores later on because guess what? I don't have Prime Video.
Well, I think, too, it's going to extend into the playoffs. The Prime Video might be a big part of it because I think once you get into, what is that? Tomorrow on Saturday, like the Nuggets and Timberwolves are on Prime. The Cavs and Raptors will be on Prime. The Knicks and Hawks will be on Prime. So it's going to be a big part of the playoff viewing experience, unfortunately. But I mean, at least you've got what more can you ask for, right? Is you've got your game 7 scenarios. That's why they do these play-ins. You got this play in or go home type of atmosphere tonight for the Suns and Warriors and Magic and Hornets. So, a lot going on again in the sports this sports weekend, but for NBA fans, that's definitely what they're going to be tuned into. And I like the matchups and one way or the other, the Thunder taking on the Suns or the Warriors. I think the Warriors would be more exciting, obviously, just because you'd have the Steph Curry involvement there as far as star power. So that'd be a lot of fun. So I'll be cheering on the Warriors, but wouldn't be too disappointed if the Suns make it. And then on the other side, Magic and Hornets is I think two younger teams that still have a little bit of development due to far as compete at the top. But I think the Hornets especially would feel like they've had a successful season if they can just break into the playoffs. So we'll see. I think they've got that going for them. In the Magic, I don't want to tell anybody how to feel about their team. The Magic is where they are, 45-37, pretty solid record. So if they don't quite make it, I don't know if it's a disappointment or a sad season or anything like that. Like they didn't live up to expectations. But remember, they went after Desmond Bane. They thought that was going to be a big free agent addition for them. So they did put a lot into this to making the playoffs. We'll see if they can get there.
All right, Bock. What's your plans for the weekend, Bock?
Well, it's WrestleMania weekend, so I'm going to be very much in tune to WrestleMania. But of course, tonight is the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on SmackDown. Rather than get into WWE, because I don't know how many listeners out there would know who might win that one. It always gives us the opportunity, the idea to think about who would win a Battle Royal here at the ticket. Terrell, do you think that you could win against all the competition? Sometimes people think of the biggest guys. Adam Carricker would probably be a betting favorite.
I'll slap him like Ric Flair.
I was going to say, but usually in these Battle Royal situations, everybody turns to the big guy. They make sure he doesn't win to begin with.
Me and Jay Foreman will jump Adam would knock him out quick. And then me and Jay will beat up everybody else. So then it just beat me and Jay Foreman at the end. So,
you just got a linebacker. Yeah, that can happen in Battle Royals. You got a teammate there.
I think me and Jay Foreman tag teams on everybody, and then we just I'll probably have to let Jay win, because he's my little brother. So I have to let the little guy win.
Fair enough. So Jay, I would not argue with that. I think Jay Foreman very well could win the Battle Royal here at the ticket. I think that's probably a good pick.
Huh? I don't know, Bock. Jay feet kind of bad. I'm gonna have to stomp on his feet and just throw him out the ring a couple of times.
I said we could all just all the producers might just all pin up against pin them too. So
y'all gonna have hell with Adam though. So
I know.
While y'all battling with Adam, I'm gonna be tossing y'all little because y'all directors are little guys. I mean you, Jake.
Yeah, we don't have a really big one in the group.
Probably the hardest one to throw over. Probably need Jay help a little bit is Nick. So
I'll say Harrison and Jake Sorensen, they got some length to them. They could help them out.
That's about it. Flying elbow knocks them out the ring.
Yeah, all right. Well, fair enough.
All right, Bock. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to Bock and the Black Shirt. We will see you Monday. Up next, Jay Foreman and Austin Orman in Old School. A lot of action going around Lincoln this weekend. USC baseball. You got the tennis team playing in a couple of hours. Then you can watch the softball over the radio and everything else. 93.7 The Ticket. We out.
I'm Dr. Jeremy Hosine, candidate for the University of Nebraska Board of Regents. Husker athletics has never been stronger. Let's champion the same mindset across our entire university: academics, research, and opportunity. As a neurosurgeon, former regent, and proud Husker, I'm running to stand up for NU's future because this matters to my family and yours. NU needs us, and we need NU. On May 12th, vote Dr. Jeremy Hosine for Regent, for our students, for our future.
Do you ever feel okay in your current job and profession, but wonder if there's a better company that can offer more? Vision Mechanical is now hiring for journeyman plumbers and HVAC service technicians. Vision Mechanical offers top-of-the-industry wages, 100% paid health, disability, and life insurance, 401k with employee match, and paid holidays and vacation. Vision Mechanical believes in craftsmanship, teamwork, and building a better future one project at a time. Apply today or learn more at visionmechanical.net or email Ron at vmech.net.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Dana Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hog Wild's giant stuffed baked potatoes are anything but basic and really hit the spot when you're craving a little comfort food. Nothing is more satisfying than a Hog Wild baked potato loaded with butter, sour cream, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, and chives. Add your choice of a Hog Wild house smoked meat like pulled pork, chicken, or brisket for a little extra. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder